For the 2022 season, I have been running that Ubibot GS1 device at the back there, and I haven't had any problems. It's been working great. I'll leave a link down below for the original review and unboxing that I did. But the device has been doing a good job. It stayed connected and has been reporting data pretty accurately because I've been comparing that to my own device, which I have over here. It's been running off a USB charger, so it's just a USB cable over there. And it's been taking sensor readings from a few different areas, including there and this, well, there's two cables there, as well as light sensor readings. Probably should keep that clean at the top there. I have had another device, which I talked about briefly when I kicked off my hydroponics experiment earlier in the year, where I was trying to grow these plants. Now you can actually see these are still growing. I turned off the watering system what's that, about 2 months ago now, and we still have some growth, which is very strange to me. But this is the second device. It's the GS2, and what's really cool about this is it can do measurements for pH as well as EC, and if you do hydroponics, then you'll know how important that is. Now, I'm terrible. I actually didn't connect this up. I was going to, but this experiment kind of failed, and again, I'll leave another link to a video where I talk about that. And I didn't get around to actually using it.
Let's take a look. This is the GS2, and it's very similar to the GS1. The shell is nearly identical. There's a few different ports available on the two devices that are different, but there are a few that are exactly the same, like this light sensor at the top. That's pretty handy, and you can see there in my studio here, it's 764 lux. That's the brightness. It has got some external ports here to plug in things like the temperature sensor. This one is pretty cool. It's actually one that I use in a lot of my projects as well. It's the DS18B20, and it is waterproof. You can stick this into your soil so you can check your soil temperatures. But that just plugs in there, and temperature will pop up there a little bit later. Underneath here, we have a port for SIM cards. That's quite handy if you aren't going to use Wi-Fi. Or if you don't have Wi-Fi available to you where you're growing or where you're using this device, then you can use a SIM card, and Ubibot provide them. There's international ones there, and pretty affordable, so very useful if you're somewhere quite remote. It has a small port here for USB-C that allows charging because it has got a 2900 milliamp hour battery built in here. It's running off battery at the moment. You can also charge off a solar panel like you saw me doing in my greenhouse, which plugs in over there. You can use a AC to DC adapter that can plug in there as well, as long as it's providing 12 volts and up to 2 amps. So those are all the ports. What makes this very different to the GS1 is the ability that it has to monitor EC, electroconductivity, as well as pH, which is allowing you to test your acidity or alkalinity of your water. If EC and pH mean nothing to you, then this device is not for you. If you are wanting to track your temperatures and environment where you're growing, then I would recommend the GS1. It's been a solid device for me. I've used it all year long and I've had no problems. It just keeps working. I can keep track of temperatures inside the greenhouse, especially this time of year when we are looking at frosts coming in. I need to keep a very close eye. So I have some alarms set, which is very cool on the Ubibot panel. You can set an alarm so that if the temperatures go below a certain sort of area, like me, I check for anything below about 5 degrees Celsius. I get alerted. I get pinged on my phone. I get an email, and I make sure that I go and sort out my chili plants. Even if you were growing hydroponically, would I recommend this to you? Not necessarily. Unless you already are looking to do some form of automation or automatic collecting of this information like the EC and the pH readings, then this is a solid choice. I've had a great experience with the GS1 and the other device, I think the WS1. Both solid devices. The ecosystem from Ubibot is really good. The graphs that you get and the interface is really handy. The reason why I say I wouldn't necessarily recommend is because of the price point. However, if you are looking at alternatives to this and you are set on collecting the EC and pH readings automatically with something like this, this is actually one of the cheaper options out there. There are a few out there that are really, really cheap, but cheap not just in price, but also in the quality of the product. The ones that I would choose if I was going down that route to buy would probably be about twice, maybe even 3 times as much as these. So take a look around. This is an option. At least have this on your list of options if you are looking to do this. I will let you know my findings through the year next year. I'm looking forward to trying it with my new hydroponic system that I'm setting up. I'll stick a little picture up on the screen now, and you'll get a sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing. I'm pretty excited about it. I've been wanting to grow this way for a little while now, and I'm interested to see how it works out. And it'll be great to be able to test this. The things I'll be looking for is accuracy for the pH readings. I'll be testing not only with these, but I'll be testing with my other system that I'm currently using for my hydroponics, and also the EC, just making sure that it's accurate and also that it maintains calibration over time. The sensors that they've used here are premium sensors, so I'm pretty sure that they'll do quite well, at least to like an industry standard. Time will tell. I'll let you know throughout the year next year. But if you are looking for a Christmas gift for somebody in your life that is a bit of a geek like me and is loving the garden and wants to do a bit of automation, that sort of thing, I wouldn't rush out to get this necessarily, but definitely take a look at the GS1. And again, do not forget, the GS1 is actually part of the giveaway or part of the prize pool for the biggest chili as well as for the longest chili. So there's actually 2 prizes, and that's part of my big and tall competition. That ends this Sunday. So if you have got a competitive chili for that competition, make sure you get it entered before Sunday. And once again, thank you so much to Ubibot for providing those as prizes. That's really cool of you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, stay spicy.